Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rescue's new 3099 uniform, and we're going to be transcending her and seeing how she does with no obelisk, just her raw damage output. But first, I want to cover her rotation because there's some interesting things about it, but it's also very simplistic in some ways. So she's got some new skills, she's got some brand new skills, she's got some brand new effects. Offensively speaking, you really don't need to do anything besides 5, 4, and 6, or 6, 5, and 4, which is nice to remember. It's easy to remember. Now let me just quickly go through these skills to show you guys. 5, she brings up these, orbs, and then it crashes into you, and it explodes. Pretty straightforward, almost 50 hits. I've isolated, just like last time with Silk, we've isolated just one lonely Ultron bot to make him suffer. And then her fourth skill, a bunch of spins, bunch of slashes, and then a bunch of beam plus orbs, another 26 hits. So you can actually cancel, you can't cancel 4, but you can actually cancel 5 as soon as you see the orbs. You can get really good at it if you're a huge Rescue fan. It's basically as soon as her hands reach this apex. And you can end up comboing for about 70 hits. So for her to have close to 70 hits, nice, on her base combo, without a transcended or tier 3 skill is nice, right? I don't think she has chain hit damage, but it would be very nice synergy with chain hit damage with a CTP of energy. So right away I'm seeing, very obelisk proc friendly and probably very energy proc chain hit friendly. Keep in mind you can splash in the third skill later, especially defensively, because this is going to provide a heal. It's going to provide the clones here, the little robots that are going to shoot their beams. It's also going to provide a guard hit and debuff immunity. So there's lots of defensive buffs here, but offensively this skill is going to do basically nothing, because you can see once the clone, I mean, it's cool here that this follows you around, like visually looks amazing, but the initial blast is 2 hits, which is nothing, and then these little guys are hitting for basically nothing. I think they may still have the function where their blasts change based on the skill that you do, but it's very hard to tell. Actually, it seems like they don't have that function anymore. Anyways, oh, I think they speed up a little bit when I do my fourth skill. Anyways, the damage here is minuscule. So offensively, I would only use the third skill when you need its defensive properties. I wouldn't use the third skill. I wouldn't put it in the combo. There's basically no hits that make it worthwhile to use, and frankly there's the chance, I think, I'm not 100% sure if the summons can trigger your next proc, but in case they can, we don't know what the interaction is with summons and the cage from null. So yeah, so then for the transcended skill, if you have the transcended skill for Rescue, you'd actually reverse the proc. So rather than doing 5 cancel 4, because you can't cancel the transcended skill, unfortunately, the transcended skill, here it is. She flies up, Hulkbuster comes down, he pops a bunch of missiles, then he charges her up, and she blasts. There is this residual damage where she leaves this pool down, which is racking up hits, and you can see the skill itself has close to 80 hits, which is awesome. But unfortunately, whenever you cancel the skill, let's see, Hulkbuster comes down and I cancel, Hulkbuster's gone. Really, the only moment where you can cancel this skill is after the explosion. Right after the explosion, when she has left the thing on the ground, you can then cancel it. So yeah, you basically don't cancel the skill, but what you can do, I'll show you guys a double, like a basically 2-set rotation. So your first rotation, let's say we're beginning the null fight, so we run into the null, we would do 4 cancel. No, that was okay. I don't want to cancel the skill preview because I don't want to ruin my work here. I messed it up. You would do 4 cancel 5, and then you would delay it until the orbs, then you would cancel into 6. This would be your first proc. You do massive damage, and then just before your next proc comes, you do 5, 4. So you would potentially be able to combo the residual damage, that puddle, right? That blue sort of damage puddle that's left there. You could combo that with your second proc, which would go back to your regular 5 cancel 4 rotation. So you've basically got an opener that's going to rack up close to 100 hits with this 4, 5, 6 combo. This is like I think it's like 90 hits, or just about 100 hits. And then and then you can combo that into a second proc, which is going to be about 75 or to 80. depending on how many hits are left on the pool of the 6 skill. So she's got a really smooth rotation. 1 and 2, again, they're not really going to do much for you. You can move around with the V-pad. Honestly, I didn't even know that. These skills are more likely than not just going to be in case you're using a rage, or when you get very comfortable with the character and you're able to, you know exactly what you can squeeze in, what skills you can squeeze in between. But unlike a tier 3 character, transcended characters don't need to worry about building up a skill. So you really can be picky, and you can say, you know, with Gambit, I'm just going to use 3 and 5. That's it. I'm just going to use 3 and 5. I'm going to run around 3 and 5, run around 3 and 5. Oh, 3, 6, 5. You see what I'm saying? Because of the way the transcended skill works. Now, we're going to go into some combat now. You can see her Uru there. Very pedestrian. Gears at 20. We've got her ISO set as overdrive. Also extremely pedestrian. It's actually stage 5, which is kind of embarrassing. I'm going to bump this up to a stage 6 off camera because, yeah. And then we have no custom gear, so just raw damage. Let's get into it. So for this team up, we're using Nick Fury lead and White Fox support. Keep in mind, Rescue does take advantage of the full combo from the full buff. From not bad. From White Fox. We're going to pop that here just for the defense. And then we're going to go 5 back into 4. We get just about a bar, just over a bar. Very much a bar and change's worth of damage. But it's a very smooth rotation. Let's see if we can splash in the 2. The 2 would be nice defensively as well. It might be just a tad bit too long of an animation. You can also use the 1. If you're going to use the 1 for V-pad, you might as well just fly away, to be honest. But yeah, looking pretty good so far. We're going to do a minute damage, and then we're going to go back over to YouTube and see what she was actually able to do before. Oh, that was less damage for sure. I'm going to squeeze in one more rotation here. All right, not bad. Okay, so we get down to about half 11. Let's see what it was like on YouTube. So over on YouTube, we were actually only able to get up to about the 13th or 14th bar. I let it run just a little bit later because she was sort of in the middle of doing damage. But yeah, you can see there the bottom of 14, squeezing out just to the top of 13, which means that she's about 2.5, almost 3 bars faster in the same amount of time. That's a pretty decent upgrade. It's not gonna, you know, it's not like Hulkbuster levels of increased and improvement, but it's pretty good. Looks like 2 different people because I let my hair down. But yeah, so you can see there that she's at least, you know, 10, maybe 15% higher damage with essentially the same rotation. Actually, in this one, it seems like I'm doing the 3rd skill regularly for the damage, but for this case, in this case, I was actually keeping it even more simple and just doing 5 and 4 because the damage on 3 is probably so negligible offensively. But yeah, I'm actually hoping to see that with the transcended skill for Rescue. Let's go transcended right now, but that's how she does. That's how much she improved, which is not bad as a base. I don't know if I would buy this uniform without the knowledge that I was going to transcend her. Again, she has a good passive for herself. She's got like this healing passive, which makes her much tankier. And then she's got this interesting new leadership. You don't need to transcend her for this leadership unless you want to use it in Danger Room Extreme or World Boss Legend. But yeah, even with just the uniform, you could use her in something like Alliance Conquest, where she's going to give all allies, regardless of whether they are technokinetic. And by the way, she's not only technokinetic, she has the machine tag, but she also has leadership tag. So she basically has the 2 best tags for this update, right? You want the technokinetic tag for this update to take advantage of the War Machine buff and the Hulkbuster leadership buff and the passive. But the leadership's just the best because of White Fox. So anywho, let's go ahead and transcend her. Probably I would say maybe the least. Well, you got Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster's very hype transcendence-wise, and Silk. Oh, nice, 4. 9. Oh, awesome. And then Silk is obviously very hype transcendence-wise because of her limited time uniform. So I think Rescue's going to be, you know, the least hype of the 3. But I still think she's going to have some value, and who knows, maybe a character like this. Ooh, 8. Thank you. Okay, maybe a character like this will get me back into something like Alliance Conquest, because I really like defensive builds, and I really like the idea of her giving this shield to everyone. And I've spoken to some people, and it has sort of vibes of Marvel's Avengers Alliance. I know you guys get nostalgic every time I say that game, so I'll try not to say it too often because it also brings back painful memories of a game lost in space. But, ooh, 4. Okay, so we got really lucky with her gears. 3 out of the 4 gears, when we got to the last upgrade, were like under 10. Yeah, I think that was a really cheap upgrade. I wasn't totally paying attention because I think there's something in my eye, but I think that was pretty cheap. All right, cool. Well, War Machine, you're next. But let's go ahead and awaken her. I believe we have enough materials for the full awakening. We do. We're basically, it's hilarious. You're gonna see how many resources we have at the end here. So we transcend the girl. Boom. Yeah, let's go rescue. Stark Industries CEO. Then we're gonna pop that there. 2.6 million, and then we're going to transcend her, and I believe. Oh, okay, I miscalculated. I thought I was going to be left with 7. Okay, I need another 100 Mandalays. So I'm going to go grab that from Timeline Battle. We've been having a big time boon. The timeline stonks have never been higher, baby. So I'm actually going to be getting Mandalays. That feels so weird. This feels dirty. I never thought I would do this. But yeah, I still have a comfortable 6,800 advanced glory tokens. I've been hoarding them. I'm very good at hoarding. So yeah, she gains about, let's go ahead and transcend it and we can see the stats. I don't want to do the math right now. It's too early in the morning for me to be doing math. She gains about 10,800 HP, which is not that great. Her defenses are okay for a blast type, but it's really that energy attack. She gains almost 16,000? Am I seeing this right? 16,000 energy attack. What in gravy? YouTube friendly. What is that? Bro, 60,000 energy. I know her passive gives her 45% increased energy attack. Okay, I'm yelling, but I'm aware of the character's buffs. She's like Cersei, right? But 60,000 attack with no leadership. Let's just put this into perspective here. I believe, okay, that's just 35. That's not going to do anything. I don't know why I put him there. So the best lead for her would be Cyclops, yes? So where is Cyclops? I'm blind. Cyclops is here. Come out, stop hiding. So Cyclops here, okay? And then in the future, I think does War Machine, 73,000 energy attack. That's crazy. That's so high. And it can go way higher, right? Because I could give her 6-star Uru. I could give her Odin's blessings. I could, awaken, max out overdrive here. That's wild, dude. Wow. 60 to 70,000. We're basically capped on cooldown. We're looking pretty comfortable on everything else, but I'm shocked. I'm shocked at her energy attack. Wow. Okay, well, now I'm rank 189, so let's go right back in. Raw damage test. You know you love it. Let's go. Let's see what she can do. Holy moly. I did not expect that. All right, cool. So we're going to do, let me just remind myself, 4, cancel 5, delayed, cancel 6. That is the wave here. And then we're going to just see what this damage looks like. Pretty delayed on the thing there, but okay. There's the boom. Okay, so the 5 comes off cooldown pretty late. Okay, she still does about a bar. Oh, she just goes to a bar and a half. There's a lot of like residual explosion damage on the 5. So this should take us down to the end of 13. Close. Okay, cool. So we've already surpassed our oh, we can't cancel 4. You have to be okay, so you have to be really close to cancel the 5 into 4. That's good to know. Oh, we actually got hit there. Oh, rescue's actually taking damage. Feels weird, man. I canceled 4 a little bit late there, so that might have been a missed proc. Oh, yes, that looks nice. Oh, yes, that looks nice. Pop this, pop the 5, pop the 4. Okay, yeah, so unlike Hulkbuster, it's sort of interesting. Hulkbuster doesn't seem to gain that much from his Transcendence, but Rescue certainly does. So she gets him down to what, 9? Half 9? in the same amount of time, which means that she's at least 3 or 4 bars faster than she was before her Transcendence. Chalk that up to 16,000 energy attack, perhaps. But let's go ahead and see how she does against Null with just a standard DPS check here. We are going to also investigate briefly, I don't think. So she gains 70% ignore dodge for 12 seconds on armor force, but she doesn't have, she has very few offensive buffs. I believe she just has the frenzy buff on repulsor blade, and that's it. So offensively, she's going to be a little bit lacking compared to other characters. No accumulation, no, you know, crazy buffs. She has the recovery rate. So yeah, she doesn't have any ignore dodge either. So ignore dodge is going to be a big issue for her because of that. not level 30, even though she's a blast type. No, not without an obelisk. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see what she can do. We're just going to put in random teammates here, and as far as the strikers, she does need a lot of ignore dodge. But we're just going to start off with, let's start off with 60%. 60% is pretty good, and it's going to jump to 130% when she pops her awakening, and that's for 12 seconds every 30 seconds. So, you know, it's about half the fight where she doesn't have it, but let's see what this does damage-wise. Keeping in mind she has no offensive buffs. Well, she has 1 offensive buff. How much does this do? That's not bad. That's not bad. 2+ bars. Again, that's not bad. And she would, I think she'll benefit a lot more than other characters from the chain hit, right? Because she doesn't have any. So having any is huge, right? There's a difference between going from, you know, 10% chain hit to 20% chain hit, but the difference between going from 0, right? It's like Pierce, right? Going from 15 to 20% Pierce, you can't really tell as much. But going from 0 to 5, it's like nitros in your blood. You know, you're feeling it, Mr. Krabs, kind of thing. So she seems really easy to play. That's the first report here. I'm like, when I can start playing with one hand and I can start touching my face, that's when you know that a character is kind of very tanky, very defensively solid against Null. Because if not, this is the first time I play this character, so keep that in mind. If not, I would be, you know, really hyper focused. I wouldn't be able to talk as much. I'd be interrupting myself. It's sort of how I was interrupting myself yesterday when I was trying to rattle off a rotation for, I think it was Quicksilver versus Mephisto. But this is going pretty well. The damage is not there. I will admit that. You can see the damage is not there. We're at 1.5 minutes. I wish she had finished here, right? This if she had finished here, then I think, without an obelisk, mind you, then I think she would have been a sleeper contender for like very, very strong meta character offensively. But with the damage where it is, we're probably gonna finish. We might even finish sub 2 minutes. Or post 2 minutes. Yeah, she's definitely gonna need some obelisk type buffs. But yeah, she doesn't get interrupted. She barely gets knocked back. She heals up all the damage. So like defensively, if you just need like an easy clear and you like her animations, this is gonna be a very easy clear defensively. Like very smooth, very straightforward, no gimmicks, just damage, just very easy rotation. If you get in trouble, you pop the 3. You've got debuff immunity, like the poison clouds can't get you, the tornadoes can't get you for 6 seconds. Really, really easy, nice stuff. But yeah, right now, like Hulkbuster, the damage is really not there, right? The damage is really not there. 2 minutes for me at this point is too long, right? In my opinion, like all the testing I've done for these for different characters without an obelisk, it's got to be 90 seconds or less. 90 seconds or less is the amount of time it takes to impress me and to impress the account that I have. So if a character is over 90 seconds, then it means they're either meant more for PvP, or it means that they're just going to need a better build to take advantage, to leverage their combo. So we'll try her with an obelisk. I don't expect, I'm just going to give you guys a quick little, you know, I don't expect the obelisk to impress me too much, but I do expect when I swap to an energy, because of the chain hit, that it will impress me quite a bit. But yeah, I would say she's a pretty strict list of obelisks I would use for her offensively. Like I would say just a regular, you know, crit damage proc obelisk, or a CTP of energy. I wouldn't say any other, like I wouldn't recommend rage because she doesn't have any guaranteed crit rate. So proccing the rage is going to be a pain in the butt. I wouldn't recommend judgment, obviously, or destruction or anything like that. Destruction, you could argue for PvP, perhaps, because she doesn't have any penetration. I was gonna say destruction or authority for PvP. You could even go regen, but authority would be really nice with the shield, because if she pops a shield, and then like if the shield if rescue armor pops while the steel is active with the damage reduction from like a mighty or a brilliant authority, they're not gonna chew through that shield, right? So yeah, for the most part anyways, unless they have penetration up. But yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Rescue 3099. I've had a lot of fun with all of the new uniforms. I think these are really fresh, and they all feel quite different, and they're all good in a different way. But yeah, we're gonna start our round next. And in case you're wondering what's next for the videos, we're gonna start our round of upgrading all of these characters, because we've tried them all without obelisks, like without really a proc here. So then we're gonna move on to the next phase, which is gonna start with Dr. Doom, where we're gonna start with a PvP obelisk, and then move into a regular obelisk and a CTP of energy to see what all the fuss is about PvE wise, and to double back and see if he can do PvP with that same CTP. So it'll be very fun. But yeah, all the focus right now is on Rescue. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.